considering it's a rookie. Now, playing time obviously contributes to that. Not everyone's playing as much as he played, but there was one series where he made tackles on 4 consecutive plays. Like, he wasn't having trouble wrapping up. He wasn't having trouble, like, with missed tackles. And so when you see he has a pick in camp, a couple forced fumbles, Ken Norton Jr., the D coordinator there, is speaking effusively about him. Like, this could be a really good story to go along with being a really good player.
And this is the defense that needs an influx of young talent.
And needs more speed. And he's a great athlete.
All right, finally, we've got second overall pick, Saquon Barkley, the New York Giants, on his very first professional touch against Cleveland, ripping off a 39-yard run, breaking 3 tackles, making it look easy. Nick, what did Saquon prove with his first pro carry last night?
Okay, I mean, this is going to sound hyperbolic, but I don't care. That one carry right there.
Solidified.
That was, no, I'm not going to say it solidified it, but that one carry in and of itself, that was the patience of Le'Veon Bell and then the burst of Zeke. That was, I mean, L. Bell is, what makes him special is not his raw athleticism. It is his patience, his vision. He almost seems like he stops at times. And
yes.
Like, I will wait. You all can keep running. I'm going to stop and look for the hole. Saquon did that because he didn't really have a hole. Like, I mean, that line was collapsed to a degree. He had to wait. And then the burst. I mean, I find my hole? Goodbye. And now they end up tracking him down. 4 guys pursue him to the sideline. But this is, I mean, you can't get a better opening carry than that. It is just one carry, but it'd be one thing if it's, is it, wide open hole, he goes through it. That's not that at all. For a lot of running backs, that's a 2-yard loss. And he made it a 39-yard gain.
The vision, the jump cut, the explosive ability. We know 4.3 speed, ability to bench press 400 and something pounds. And he has the combinations that we love to see, but his football instincts. What did I see in it? Big playability for the New York Giants, because that offensive line, they're going to miss some guys. The running backs, the good ones, all right? And the difference between them and the great ones is when there is no hole, what do they do? This is a 2-yard gain or a 0 gain at the line of scrimmage, and he makes it into 39 because of those attributes that you talk about. But the breakaway speed, if you can score from anywhere on the field, that's going to make a player special. When he's at the running back, there's only a few running backs that have that type of speed. So I'm looking forward to building on what he did. That Giants line, not only Nate Solder being added to the left tackle, but you add a star running back, it's going to make that offensive line a lot better.
And how much is that going to help Eli Manning to have the comfort of getting Odell back, plus being able to have that run game?
Well, and I think an improved Evan Ingram. This is a guy they spent a first-round pick on.
Last year's number 1.
I think you could potentially have, and this is maybe assigning a little too much to Ingram, but you could potentially have 3 guys that are dynamic big play guys on the field at all points in time. Because your running back, your number 1 tight end, your number 1 wide receiver, it's not like those guys are coming off the field a lot.
Yes.
Like and so that can be tough for a defense to manage if you have 3 truly explosive players on the field at all times.
And people might be surprised by that. Nick Wright's not exaggerating in that. Ingram is going to be a star, especially Eli loves the tight end being able to go down the middle. When you have that run threat, it's going to help the tight end, it's going to help the quarterback, and it's going to help the kid with the gold hair.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff there out of Saquon Barkley.
It is a little goldish, right?
It's a little transitioning.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, moving on to the Panthers and Bills. That's the smaller story. More interesting part was right here. Fireworks between former teammates Kelvin Benjamin and Cam Newton during pregame last night. Last week, if you'll recall, Kelvin Benjamin had some spicy comments about Cam's play, saying he was inaccurate and a bad fit. That led to Cam confronting him last night. Here's what Benjamin had to say about the incident after the game.
I mean, I was just moving on from it, I guess.
What did he say to you?
I mean, that's serious, really.
What did you say to him?
Moving on from it.
It looked like you tried to walk away from him a few times.
Huh?
It looked like you tried to walk away from him a few times.
Yeah, just moving on from it.
You didn't want to get into it.
Yeah.
What was he trying to say to you?
I don't even know. I wasn't even trying to listen.
So we got a lot out of that interview there.
Yeah.
We really now know exactly what happened, said nobody ever. Nick, what did you make of this?
Did you want to see? You looked like you were about to say something. See if you wanted to.
No.
Okay, you'll wait. All right. I mean, what I make of what I saw there and on the field and in the interview, is Kelvin Benjamin has no interest whatsoever in standing by what he said. He has no interest whatsoever in, I would say, owning up to the repercussions of nobody asked you to go out of your way to slam Cam Newton. Nobody asked you to go out of your way and say, I would have been better with any other quarterback in football. You did that. And I want to break down, like, really what we're seeing here. People should know the guy in the white is Thomas Davis. That's been a teammate of both of theirs for a long time. So Cam sees Kelvin Benjamin.
Former NFL Man of the Year.
A great man.
Great dude.
And so he sees Kelvin Benjamin already talking with Thomas Davis, and it looks like a Panthers equipment guy, staff, or whatever it is. Now, Cam walks up on him, and Cam is a big guy, and he does get all up in Kelvin's personal space. And I would imagine it was because it looked like, if you look at the look on Cam's face in the beginning, it's something like, what were you saying? And then he flashes that $10 million smile and throws his hand up for some dap. And where it gets serious is when the camera pans here and you see Cam's hand is now extended in front. And he looks at his hand, sees Benjamin will not even shake his hand. That's when he says to Thomas Davis, no, we got to talk. And Cam puts his hands behind his back. So we're not going to get any confrontation here. But you won't even shake my hand? Wait, you won't even shake my hand?
Yeah, but why are you in my face, though?
Because you were talking wild about me to the media. Like, is that really how you feel? You feel I was the worst thing that ever happened to
man, you better not be coming up in my face. You come all the way across the field. Like, there was a lot of different things Cam could do. Now, Cam is in the right here. But you don't get in anyone's personal space. All right?
He got a little closer.
He touched him. He touched him with his body. If someone on the street did this to you, you would feel uncomfortable.
Yes, if someone on the street, you feel a little different if it's someone you know and have a relationship with.
Well, this is the facts right here, all right? Kelvin Benjamin, after making the statement, he's already been reprimanded by the team. The general manager and the head coach got on him for bringing unnecessary attention before this preseason game. Because the thing about it was he was getting ready. They were playing Carolina. So that led to the comments about Cam Newton. So he's already been reprimanded. There's not a lot that he can do. Obviously, because his soundbite from the interview, he said that I'm moving on. That was his only response because basically the team has told him,
right,
we want you.
We're moving on.
We're moving on from this. Now, Kelvin Benjamin, to me, he talked about Cam as far as what Cam knew as far as football. Him explaining himself, he didn't do a good job of that. Cam was not right in coming across the field and invading his personal space. Bad things can happen. I've tried to tell you how NFL locker rooms work. We saw with OBJ how it escalated from on the field in warmups till in the game where they end up fighting on the field. So, Kelvin Benjamin, you can have whatever opinion you want about what he said about Cam. But when Cam, who is one of the 32 starting quarterbacks in this league, he is a former MVP. When you walk across the field, invade another person's personal space, all right? Cam was not right in doing that.
Okay.
Now, talking to him, addressing, but you do not make body contact with another human being. All right? You wouldn't do it in an office. You wouldn't do it out on the street. So why are you doing that to me?
The reason that I would say, why are you doing that to me? Because it's not, as you say all the time, it's not a regular office, and it's not out on the street. And
I've been in that office. Don't touch me.
Okay, that's fine, but
so it's not like we're guessing on that.
Absolutely, but even having been in that office, pardon me, in any walk of life, there is few things you can do more disrespectful than someone trying to shake your hand and you will not shake their hand. That is something you do to someone you have so little regard for and so much disgust for. I see people, I don't want to say on a regular basis, but somewhat often, that I, like, either because of who they are professionally or who they are personally, I'm not big fans of theirs. But if they try to shake my hand, I'm not going to walk by them. I'm not going to keep my hands back.
I think this is a little bit different. I think this is far more explosive. The words that he said about Cam, when you are a black quarterback, that's the last thing you want to hear is you don't know football like some other guys know, who most of them are white.
Of course, which is why I understand why Cam would want to go talk to him about it.
Talk to the equipment people. We meet the other players on the team all the time. We know where their buses are coming in. You do not have to do it on the field. We exchange autograph. We exchange numbers. A lot of times it's not on the field. If I want to get him and get his attention and talk to him, there's other ways to do it.
Especially with cameras everywhere.
But Cam didn't know that it was going to go like this. Cam is smiling, trying to shake his hand.
You know what? What Cam knew, if he would have stayed on that side of the field, he would have known exactly how it would have gone.
Of course. But I don't blame Cam for wanting to address, for wanting to find out, hey, man. Like,
yeah, but there's other ways to address it.
But can't I make the argument that with Thomas Davis there, who we both talked about who he is, that is actually a better time than when you're both away from everything if it does get explosive. Like, Thomas Davis is there. He walks over. I agree he shouldn't have bumped him. But it is a if all
he told Thomas Davis to leave. So your security blanket, he told him, shoe fly.
Right, because
shoe fly,
correct.
I got this.
Because once he wouldn't,
Thomas Davis is the senior guy.
Yes. But he didn't tell him shoo until he saw this guy won't even shake my hand. Okay, we're going to address
When Cam realized he wasn't going to shake his hand, Cam should have walked away. Because nothing good could come after that. If it's so disrespectful, not getting you, Cam should have analyzed that. Then, okay, what good could come after that?
And he eventually does. About 40 seconds later, we just saw it there, and he finally waves him off. He's like, all right, forget it.
And this is my whole problem with the situation. I think that you don't realize.